Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Broke up investment plan. Let's do it, twins. If y'all get you a bag, it's important. Yeah, still. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Hmm. Don't bother me. Let's do it. In the studio. Let's do it. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Y'all know what's going on today, man. We going hard. You gotta wake up in the morning and go hard. Let's do it. You know I'm Fox 10. And on that is fetch. You know I'm Fox 10.
Why are you looking at yourself in the mirror?
Mm. Let's do it. Let's do it, twins. Let's do it, man. We gotta go hard. You gotta go hard, twin. Like that's all I know is you gotta go hard. All right. What the fuck is that? Yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 That be too. Too many options. What I'm saying. All right, sure. I'm about to start in a second. We'll do it. Uh, Fred, you hear me? All right, let me get it started for y'all. For real, for real. We do it. Y'all ready? I'm ready, twin. I just pray y'all ready, twin. That's all. And I gotta put it down. All right, so let's go and let's talk about the CEO protocol. So we need to architect a seven-figure day, okay? That's going to be our goal. It's what we're striving for, and it's what we have to achieve. But in order for us to achieve our goals, in order for us to get to where we want to be, we have to get used to being uncomfortable. Get used to being uncomfortable. Get used to breaking through the cycles. Get used to not feeling like you know what you're doing. Okay. You have to get used to that. When you jump into a new product, when you jump into a new software, when you jump into a new business that you're trying to create, okay, you're not going to know all the ins and out of it immediately. You're not going to know all the technicals. You're not going to know exactly what you should be doing and what you shouldn't be doing. But one thing that you can do is be consistent. Be consistent on your research. Be consistent on how hard you're going. Be consistent on how hungry you are and how tenacious you are about pushing this product forward and about elevating society with this product. Okay. Let me fix this for a second. Mm-hmm. 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 So let's jump into the daily protocol. So we want to architect the highest possible traffic sources and architect the highest revenue. All right, so let's go and let's jump into the CEO protocol. So we want to architect the seven-figure day for the most part. Okay, so I just want to make sure that this is as proper and accurate as possible for you guys. So we want to be making sure that we can hit certain thresholds, whether be it for our views that we want to hit on our videos, for the sales that we make on our products, for the amount of conversions that we're getting for our bookings, whatever. Okay, we want to have to get used to being uncomfortable. You have to get used to being uncomfortable. You have to get used to seeing your business in a different limelight. Even if you're starting a drop shipping business, for example, you're not extremely informed on the product that you're selling right now. You need to delve into the niche and you need to do all of the research possible. Okay, for example, but you can't architect your day when you're waking up and being all over the place. Okay, so I really just want to help you guys get streamlined into this. All right, so we're going to go ahead and jump straight into the CEO protocol. And here's how we'll architect the seven-figure day. Let's go. So the 5 a.m. advantage, getting up early, okay? Try and meet the sun, okay? Try and be up before the sun. And when you hijack your human biology to go back to more of a primitive state, you guys are going to notice that you're going to experience a lot less anxiety, a lot less fear, a lot less worry when it comes to, oh, is my business going to be successful? Is this product going to work out? Is this going to work out, etc. Okay, you can't think about that. Just completely rewire your mindset and think about hunters back in the day. Okay, they would have to get up before the sun got up. Okay, probably got out the cave, probably got some water, and then whenever it got bright or light outside, then they could start hunting animals because then they could actually see what they needed to see in order to eat. So understand that you want to get up before the sun comes up so your body can be prepared before it's time to actually hunt. Because by the time the sun is up, your brain needs to be in hunter mode. And understand that waking up at 5 a.m., it's not a motivational cliche. Okay, it's rooted in profound human biology. When you align your wake time with your natural cortisol awakening response, also known as the CAT, are you secure an unfair biological advantage. Now let's talk about the dopamine advantage. At 5 a.m., your brain is in a high theta, low alpha wave state. And this is the optimal window for subconscious problem solving and uninhibited creativity. Okay? And the zero distraction zone. Between 5 a.m. and 7 a.m., the world is pretty much silent. It's one of my favorite times personally. Get to wake up, pray to God, work out, have some water, send some emails out for you guys, and that's how I start the day every single day. So I try and wake up around 6 a.m. From there, I pray. Okay? I pray to God, get the day started, get my soul right, get my spirit right, repent for any sins I mistakenly made, and from there, I like to go ahead and work out. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and work out. I like to personally hit the weighted jump ropes. The weighted jump rope, instead of lifting weights and then doing cardio, I like to do the weighted jump rope because then at the same time, I'm able to get my strength training in and my cardio in at the same exact time. So I like to work out right after I pray. Then from there, I like to make sure that I do read as well too. You guys can read whatever you'd like to read. I like to read Quran every single day. I'll read a page of Quran, and then I'll also say all my prayers and my du'as as well too. And that just helps me get the day started. By around 7 a.m., from there, I'm pretty much done with my prayer and workout routine. I'll say really 8 a.m. to make it 100% guaranteed because I got to shower and stuff like that too. Around 8 a.m., by the time that hits, I like to have my email sent. Sometimes I might have a client as well early in the morning too. But if not, then I'm going to go ahead and send my emails. And then from there, I'm going to go ahead and start promotion. I like to go ahead and get my videos out, get my videos dropped out. And it's really like to structure and streamline my day in a successful period so I can be successful and I can be consistent. Okay, so I can keep pumping out content and getting you guys consistent work done for yourselves. So let's talk about the 2-hour head start metric. So if you wake up at 5 a.m. or even 6 a.m., while competitors wake up at 7 a.m. or 8 a.m., you gain 14 hours of uninterrupted execution time weekly on them. That's an entire extra business day of pure execution every single week just because you started earlier. So I'm telling you, it really does make the world of difference. And I want you to be able to be successful and to win and have the advantage based off of fighting your flesh. Okay, fight your flesh. Don't be comfortable. Okay, you got to get used to being uncomfortable. Once you get used to being uncomfortable, and once that uncomfortable state becomes the comfortable state, that's when everything will change. It's time to go hard. I don't care what's going on in your life right now. I don't care if it's the worst event that just happened. I don't care if you're depressed. I don't care what you're going through. I don't care if you think you're broke. You got to just get in your bag. You got to get in your consistent routine, and you got to lock in. And that's the only way things are going to change. You wake up, you pray, you have a consistent routine, and you put in some action so you could do something about it. Let's change the way we're thinking. All right, let's go to the next slide here. So the 4 morning non-negotiables. So a CEO does not negotiate with their feelings. Before 8 a.m., these 4 pillars must be executed flawlessly to set the psychological foundation for the rest of the day. And that's really what you're doing. Okay, it's not just about getting the advantage over the other person. What you're doing is you're setting the psychological foundation and you're setting the baseline down for the rest of the day and for the rest of your life. When you know yourself as a CEO, when you know yourself as someone who works hard, who doesn't negotiate with their feelings and works hard regardless of whatever's happening in the world, then that's going to be who you're known off of. And when you're not working hard, you're going to be feeling bad. When you're not disciplined, you're going to be feeling bad. And that's the point you want your body and your brain to be at. So when you're not winning, you're not working hard, you're not hungry for it, you're feeling bad. You need to be going harder than ever. Okay, I'm telling you. So your spiritual anchor. So grounds the prefrontal cortex every single day by waking up praying to God. Okay, it reduces the amygdala activation, and you must center your spirit before you touch money to prevent emotional reactivity when markets open. Okay, you can't close a deal or hop on the charts and enter in a trade and you didn't even pray yet. That's all messed up. You're thinking way too much about money, and that's going to lead you in a situation to where if something goes wrong negatively, when it comes to the money outcome, it could affect you and it could hurt you. And I don't want you guys to be in that situation. I want you guys to be going hard. You got to wake up every single day and go hard. And let's talk about some physiological triggers. Okay, intense exercise releases brain-derived neurotrophic factors. Okay, literally growing new neural pathways in your brain. It forces blood flow to the brain, overriding morning lethargy. So when you guys are working out, and try and schedule yourself too. Okay, I like to personally work out Monday through Friday. Try and work out 5 days a week. Give yourself 2 rest days. But Monday through Friday are the days I personally like to work out. I like to give myself rest days on the weekend, and then I'm back to it, back going hard. And creative output. Your highest creative energy is going to be in the morning. Film your scripts. You have to record your content, post your content before 11 a.m. Your content should be posted before 11 a.m. At least try and do a promotional run, some videos, posted on all platforms, etc. Posted before 11 a.m. Okay, this is going to be before the other people start getting on their phones, start scrolling, and you guys are going to have high energy. You guys are going to have fresh ideas, and record your voiceovers, write your hooks before the cognitive fatigue sets in, and then make sure you do what you need to do. Because at night, I'm telling you, it's going to be a lot harder to record when you're drained after taking care of your clients all day, doing what you've been doing, and then at nighttime hits, you're not going to have the energy that you need to in order to promote and pump. Okay, and let's talk about a market scam. So review major news events. Check overnight price action and mark key liquidity zones and analytically. Scan the markets, okay? Scan the market. Do your market analyzations at night, okay? Also do it in the morning too. See what market's looking like, okay? When you scan it at night, you're going to have the idea of like, okay, if market's bearish at night, but then it's bullish in the morning, okay? But then you can see like, okay, market could be wanting to reverse right here, okay? But then you could see market bearish the day before and then bearish again. You're like, okay, market's still dumping. Okay, so make sure you guys are scanning the market before you go to bed and before market opens. Okay, you need to scan and keep up with the market every single day. It's a story mode. Okay, it's a story mode. You have to put yourself in the story. Put yourself in the story. You got to crank the difficulty up to max difficulty. Crank it up to ultra, and you got to start going hard. You got to jump straight into it and you can't be scared. I'm telling you. So deep work blocks versus the trading hours, right? So eliminating context switching. So some of you guys, right? Some of you guys are sitting there looking at the charts all day long. You're watching each candlestick move for no reason. And what you should be doing is setting your alerts on your chart. That way, when it's time for take profit to actually be hit, you're not going to be stressing. You're like, oh, in the middle of work or something like that, you just close your trade, making money while you're making money. You need to constantly have yourself on a loop to where your assets and where you're in stack mode at all time. Your assets need to be stacking on top of each other at all times. But understand that the human brain cannot multitask. It performs rapid context switching, which burns massive amounts of glucose and leaves attention residue. And mixing trading with content creation will destroy the quality of both. This is why after you're in your trade, you need to leave it at that. Okay? Enter your trade and leave it at that. And architect your schedule. Have a content block between 6:30 a.m. and 8:30 a.m., even before 11. Okay? Remember, we have before 11 to post. Put your phone on airplane mode. Okay? Open loops closed. Make sure you pray, work out, put on some clothes, get fly, feel good. And have 100% focus on your content creation, on promotion. Before 11 a.m. is straight promotion time. You need to be sending your emails, you need to be posting your videos, and you need to be responding to anything that you need to respond to, okay? You could wait for 11 a.m. afterward to respond to anything I need to respond to, because before 11 a.m., you have to post your videos, you have to send your emails, you have to send your SMS notifications. That's going to be your promotion time. Then after 11 a.m., you can grind, okay? And then from 9 a.m. to 11:30 a.m., make sure you're scanning the markets too if you're trying to enter a trade, okay? New York session. Check it. Check your analytics, check your fundamentals. Use tools like I created, like the Stack Finder software, for example, that shows you guys like how the market is doing in certain factors, okay, in certain ways. You need to just make it simple for yourselves, okay? I didn't put in effort creating a tool like this for no reason, so check it out. So here we have the Stack Finder tool. So I like to open the Stack Finder here. I can see, okay, market has greed in it. Cool. These are going to be the things I'm currently holding. And then from here, I like to just go ahead and be like, okay, did I make some business income the previous day? If so, let me go ahead and check out how the market is looking. And then from there, I can go ahead and put some money into the market after I check out the chart. Okay? But none of this is going to happen, guys. None of this success is going to come through if we're not planning. Okay, if you just made $5,000 from a client, you need to be thinking, okay, what state is the market in? Is this a good time for me to invest this money right now? Do not just keep that money stagnant in your bank account, because money every single day is worth less and less and less and less. And I don't want you guys to be in a sad, stuck position, especially in the future. This is why I push things like teaching you, like putting your money in Bitcoin, etc., and stuff like that. Okay. So 11 a.m. publishing rule. So algorithmic synchronization. So why 11 a.m., Chris? So you must understand the mechanics of the social media algorithms. TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts. Platforms require an indexing period. Let's talk about the indexing window. It takes the algorithm 2 to 4 hours to properly index your audio, text, and visual data to find the right initial test audience. And catching the wave. By publishing at 11 a.m., your content finishes indexing just at the massive 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. consumer dopamine dip occurs. And this is when millions leave work and mindlessly open their phones and start scrolling. So take advantage of that time and have some daily accountability. Go hard. Drop multiple times a day if you feel like you need to. Okay? You could drop at 11 a.m. and then from there, once you're done with clients, you could drop at like 9 a.m. and get off of bed by 11 a.m. Okay? Go hard. Have a hard deadline of 11 a.m. Forces you to complete your morning protocol. It's a non-negotiable metric for success, and I want you guys to win and get to the next level. But how is it going to happen when we're holding ourselves back? How is it going to happen when we're not focusing the way we need to be focusing? Okay, let's push it to the limits. Let's go harder than ever. And phone alerts, over screen watching. Do not sit there looking at your trade move candlestick by candlestick once again. You are wasting your time. You're giving yourself anxiety, and you could be getting money. So escape the gambler's fallacy. Stop gambling. It's the reason why God says don't do that. So staring at a 1-minute chart as it ticks up and down does not make the price go in your direction. It only depletes your psychological capital and induces emotional anxiety. This is the hallmark of an amateur. And let's talk about the set and forget psychology. Once you execute a trade based on your morning market scan, you set your stop loss, if you have one, set your take profit, set your alerts on your phone, make sure you have your trading view, make sure you have whatever broker you have installed, set your alerts, okay? And instead of watching the screen, wait for your alerts to go off, whether it be your stop loss or your take profit. Who cares? Once you're entered, it's either stop loss or take profit. Who cares? Okay? You are not in control of what direction the price wants to go in. Walk away. Let the technology do its thing. Let your analysis do its thing. Let your fundamentals do its thing. Trust the process. And trust me, a lot of the times, you will hit take profit. Especially if you're trading things like futures, the stock market, stuff that's meant to go in an upwards direction, and you're in an upwards based play. Not saying just sit there and hold forever, but a lot of the times, if you have enough time, you will eventually win. And tool integration, right? The rise science. So quantifying your biology. So you cannot manage what you do not measure. A high-performance CEO tracks business metrics. They also track biological metrics to eliminate guesswork from the energy levels. Waking up feeling like, why am I so sluggish today? Why am I so depressed? Why am I so this today? Okay. Manage your sleep debt. If your sleep debt exceeds 8 hours, your decision making degrades to the level of someone who is legally intoxicated. You have to be sleeping. You have to be getting rest. You have to be on a consistent routine so you guys are understanding how hard you need to be going. And map your energy peaks. The app predicts your biological peaks and dips and align your deep work blocks with your peaks and your admin/rest tasks with your dips. Now let's talk about recovery scoring. So never take maximum risk in the market on a day where your neurological recovery is below 50%. Because I don't want you guys to be losing money on a day where you're already frustrated, you're already feeling groggy, because that's going to just put you back mentally. Okay. And the architecture of success. So the protocol is not a suggestion. It's the operating system for operating and scaling to a 7-figure plus reality. Okay. So you got to dominate 5 a.m., execute the non-negotiables, compartmentalize the deep work, publish your videos by 11 a.m., and have alerts over emotions, okay? And that's going to be the end of module 1.2. Love you guys so much. I'm going to catch you in the next one. Links in the description below. Head over to CEO-Turbo, Stackmode.net, or keep watching the videos to just learn. And I'll catch you guys inside in my academy, or I'll catch you at CEO-Turbo.com. Peace. Stay prayed to God. Keep grinding. Stream. Questions before I pop out? Are we good? We're good.